Alright guys, welcome back to another deck profile. This is going to be Zach's, or Wildfire Zach if you're from the Discord, Zach's archive deck. Now, what was your kind of thought behind making this deck?
Well, one thing that came into mind when I made this was...
I know in the last video we did the Hellfire deck. You're really just trying to push for game with big damage.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the whole point of that deck is for.
This one is all about control. It especially has a good matchup against other drifters, other archive decks. So, first off, we have...
It's funny saying other drifters because it can also mean like other players that exist in the real world.
Yeah. So first off, I chose for my drifter creature, or drifter card, sorry, Archivist Chancellor, just because negating any ability for one turn is really good and it can really come in handy.
Its ability is Legislate, and it says once per turn you may pay 1 life point to target an ability and negate it for the rest of the turn. That means as long as it's active anywhere, which usually is even in grave, you can target it.
Yes. That's at least how we believe it to be.
I mean, this is target an ability. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Still unsure whether it can target itself, just to lower your life points for my stupid gimmick, whatever. We don't have abilities that activate in the deck yet.
No.
But I'm sure if
unless it's
we
real
did,
on top of it. Unless it's real, but...
Yeah, but I'm sure if we did, it could target it.
Yeah. As long as it's being active,
Yeah.
Active or activating.
Yeah. So, every archive deck needs to have a drifter creature to play creatures on top.
It's actually not a creature.
Or card, yeah.
So there's 4 card types now in Exodus.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
So, okay, so now what cards did you choose for your archive deck?
So I'm playing 5 of the 7 rare archive creatures that came in.
Now, what's important about the number of creatures?
The number is important because it's a secret rare card for archives called Ofni.
Mm-hmm.
You can only play them on top of a pile of at least 7 archive creatures already stacked on top of each other.
So if you had Ofni in the deck, you would have to have at least 7 other archive creatures to play on top of this one before you activated Ofni being the 8th one.
Yes.
To actually fully utilize him. But since you're not playing him, since we neither of us drew him, or
none of us currently have him.
None of us currently have him. We were talking. It's like, no, what's the point?
Yeah. So this is just control, but without Ofni.
Yeah.
Ofni is really just more protection for yourself.
Right.
So the 5 rare archives I'm playing are Tala, Barricade of Library, Arachne, Conscript Crusader.
Like on top. So
I
see it like that. Yeah.
Evum, Chimerical Resonance.
All right. You want to say what their abilities are, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So first Tala.
Tala is called DNA Halt. What he does is while he's in play, or any creature in the stack with him is in play.
While this creature is in play, non-archive creatures cannot attack on the turn they are summoned.
Yes.
And the next one we have Arachne.
Yeah.
And his ability is what now?
DNA Encore. He gets to attack all of your opponent's creatures once each per turn.
Yes.
And Evum, DNA Move. Once per turn, you can move an entire blank pile on your side of the field to your archive.
That's right.
And then next is Magarna, Chimerical Librarian. Or Chimerical Librarian.
Yeah.
Once per turn, when this creature transforms, you can search at your main deck or your graveyard for another archive creature and add it to your hand.
Now imagine this is how... let's just say Magarna's in play on top of the Drifter.
Yes.
When you play another archive creature...
It transforms.
Yeah, let's just say you had him in play right here.
Yeah.
And then you play one on top of him, Evum. Technically, Morgana is now transforming into Evan.
Yes.
So then that will activate a DNA anagram, which will then let you search your deck.
Yeah. And even if, say, Magarna was here and then had already done this in a previous turn.
It's once per turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, in a previous turn. So on this turn, I play another one. They all count as the same creature.
Yes.
So that still counts as a Magarna transformation.
Right.
So you can search again.
Once each turn.
Once each turn, yes. And then the last creature I play is Lativ, Resonance Catalyst.
Now explain why Lativ is busted.
Lativ effect can be used from hand or from grave, but you cannot have any other archive creatures in play on top of your Drifter.
Right.
You activate his ability, and then you can...
he can activate either from hand or graveyard.
I said that.
Okay, you did. Yeah.
So activate it from hand to grave. You summon them on top of your Drifter, give it an energy, and it automatically ends whatever turn you are in. Immediately.
So right now as we're playing it responding to the beginning of your opponent's draw phase.
Before they draw.
Yeah, so we have asked before if we could play other cards at the beginning of someone's draw phase before they draw, and they said yes.
Yeah.
So we're playing it like that so that the turn will immediately end at the beginning of their draw phase before they've even drawn.
Yes.
And the turn immediately ends and goes back to you.
Yep. If you're going first, this is especially good because there are 3 symmetries you can play.
Oh, it's destroyed. It's destructive. You get 2 free turns.
Yeah, and you completely skip your opponent's turn.
But you better follow up with a good hand.
Yeah, you have to.
Because if you draw crap, no, that's it. You're gonna be stuck with what you got, and then your opponent's gonna be like, okay, well, there's 1 creature there with 1 energy, and that's it.
And then there's the 3 symmetries that can instantly search any archive creature.
Let's go. We have all the creatures, right?
Yeah, that's all the creatures. Sorry.
Okay, now show these again.
So these are the 3 library pieces.
This is the 3 library pieces. This is Eventide's Archive, the Great Archive, and Archive, the Hub of Knowledge. If you'll notice, I don't know if you can even see it there because I know the camera's kind of high up or whatever, but all 3 of these images link up to become one long image. So go ahead and tell what each of their effects are.
So on their own, they each have exactly the same effect. Mm-hmm. When they are activated, they stay in play until another card makes them leave. And that you can only have 1 copy of each in the deck. Mm-hmm. And when you play it, you can search your main deck or graveyard for 1 archive creature and add it to your hand.
So then shuffle your main deck if it was the main deck that you should look through.
Yes.
Not the exact word, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah. And then once you have all 3 pieces on the field together, they link up and they have 2 effects that activate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring the card close.
No.
Because that is tiny to read.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So first one is.
It's actually 2 sentences that link.
Yeah, they cut off and continue in the next card.
Read the fine print on that contract. Okay, go ahead.
So when the last piece is played and all 3 are linked, you can add all of your archive creatures that are in your graveyard to your hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the other ability is while these are linked, your archive can make an additional attack in addition into any other attacks that they would already do in that turn.
So let's say you had your whole stack of creatures there, and then you had a Rockney on top, which lets you attack opposing creatures once each.
You can attack all your creatures, and then these 3 give you 1 more additional attack, which can be used to attack directly.
Yeah. So you want to build up that archive drifter with a massive amount of energy. So he can whiteboard and then swing in for a big hit.
Or you could also use the next card I'm showing.
All right.
Which is Manuscript of the Archivist.
Ooh. What does that do?
So what this does is you pay a life point, and your archive creatures cannot lose energy by battle this turn.
Don't lose energy during battle this turn. Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as it's
disgusting.
Yeah. So if say you have your whole stack, they have at least they have any number of creatures in play. You pay 1 life point. Mm-hmm. Your creatures don't die. They can't lose energy by battle. So you can wipe all their board for free, and then if it has at least 10 energy, still you can go for 1 hit gain.
This deck seems to have. Well, go ahead. I'll
No. What were you saying?
Well, it's better if I say it afterwards. So okay. Yeah, go ahead. So what's the next symmetries?
Next symmetry is 2 Sands of the Broken Timepiece. I put these in mainly for symmetry control. Mm-hmm. Especially, like I said, I primarily did this to go against other archive decks, in mind.
But it's not bad.
It's not limited to that. No, because it's any deck that has ability creatures.
Right.
It focuses
on.
So
what is this ability?
So if you can target any symmetry in play. Mm-hmm. Return it to the owner's hand, and then if your life points are less than your opponent's, which for me usually they are because of my Drifter or for my
your Archivist Chancellor is once per turn pay a life point to negate an ability,
or manuscript,
which is right there.
Oh yeah, sorry,
there. That's fine. So there's a lot of stuff. I mean, in this deck you're going to be paying, at least the way you built it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of life point paying.
Yeah.
You're always, for the most part, going to be trying to be at lower life points. So you kind of want to use that to your advantage.
Yeah. And then while you have less life, if you play this when you have less life points, whatever symmetry you return to the owner's hand, any of your opponents cannot play for that turn.
So this is why I was thinking, if you have Archivist in play and Archivist Chancellor can target herself,
Yes.
and your opponent goes first, and then they play Vortex on you, you could target Archivist to Archivist, or Chancellor to Chancellor,
Yes.
to negate her own ability, cut your stuff down to 9, and then play Sands, bounce Vortex back to the hand, and they can't play it.
Personally, I don't think that's the way it works. Because
The way Chancellor works?
Yeah, because I don't think any card can just target itself in Exodus.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
No.
But again, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
So
okay, but
yeah.
argument could
Yeah.
be going on and on, but whatever.
Next is 2 Glimpses of the Sanctuary, mainly for more drawing and for increasing the energy, a blank energy pile to move to your archive with Evum.
Yeah. You are gonna want to create some kind of blank pile, preferably
Yeah.
just one or two,
Yeah.
but preferably just one big one
Yeah.
to slide on over with Evan's
Yeah.
ability.
Next, I played 2 Librarian License. Its effect is pay 1 energy and then target any ability that is active on the field or is activating.
Mm-hmm.
Or not active on the field, just active, period. So
Active
so
or
you-
activating and waiting to resolve.
Yes. And negate its ability for that turn.
Yep.
So say your opponent has an Anathema engrave, its ability engrave is that while it's revealed at all, no life points can change except by battle, so you can use this to target Anathema engrave.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Or you could use it to target an opposing Latif engrave.
And you're going to be making a lot of energy piles in this deck anyway.
Now,
so,
you usually have a lot of energy, or at least a fair amount.
yeah.
And then next is 2 Breaking Helver.
Come down, yeah.
Now, these are better for... This is best in a Hailfire deck, because they have an ability, a chance to draw 2 if they have Verse that turn.
But it's great when you're going against another.
It's great in the mirror match against another Archive deck.
Mm-hmm.
So you draw 1 at minimum, and then you have a chance to turn off your opponent's Drifter stack.
The ability reads: you may target a drifter and negate its ability for the rest of the turn. Draw 1 card or 2 if you burst any cards this turn.
Yes. And then the last 2 cards in the deck are 2 Secluded Shortcut.
Now, why these cards?
Secluded Shortcut I did for a little bit of life point loss so I could take advantage of Sands.
Right.
But I also know that Chronos could still be a real thing, and Anathema turns off life point change.
Right.
So the way this is worded is you draw 1 energy and then you lose a life point. So no matter what, you get a free energy no matter what, and I could use that to add to my archive creature.
Honestly, I mean, the Secluded Shortcut says draw 1 card from your energy deck, then you lose 1 life point.
It's not a cost; it's an effect to lose a life point.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think you need it because Chancellor can just negate Anathema each turn. But
No, it can't. You have to pay a life point.
I mean, you still have to pay a life point.
Which means you can't Anathema it.
But
You can't negate Anathema.
Oh, fuck. You're right. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
That's why you Librarian License is a thing that you pay an energy.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I got that mixed up.
Yeah.
So not bad.
So yeah, this is no matter what. If you get, whether it's a free energy and a life point loss to help with Sands, or it's just a free energy to draw and add to your creature, it's not bad.
Okay, so now let's combine the deck again and show me what would be like your ideal opening hand here.
Okay, so first, always have the Drifter out.
Yeah, the Drifter starts out.
Yeah.
And if you're confused about the rules, hey, just flip it over. Whoop.
Yeah, I have mine in a real sleeve.
Let me put mine here over here in
Yeah.
a clear sleeve. You might want to put this in your drifters in a clear sleeve so you can flip it over and show the rules.
Yeah.
Just so in case people get
Confused. Yeah, like I just
or some really salty people are like, "Are you sure that's how it's played?"
Yeah, I just did this in a regular sleeve just because it's what I had available at the time.
We need to get you a clear sleeve.
Yeah, I think I have some at home. I just have to find them.
All right.
Okay, so shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Well, you're gonna shuffle, but then you're gonna go through the deck and kind of draw like, what would be your ideal hand? What
Yeah.
3 cards would you want
For going first in this instance, Hellfire is best is going second, so they can try and kill as fast as possible. This one is more control, so you want to go first. So you can get more control cards.
Right.
So like say, let's see, start with this out. I'd say Librarian License, Lativ, and let's say one of the 3 library pieces. Let's say Eventide's Archive. And then shuffle the rest of them.
Either of the 3. Yeah.
Like I said, until you get all 3 together on the field, they are exactly the same effects.
You really don't even need to have Lativ in your opening hand, just as long as you have a search, because you can search for Lativ and put it back in your hand.
Yeah. So then, let's do it. Let's just take a Lativ out then, and then
Yeah.
let's
One
say
search.
put in a glimpse.
There you go. You get a draw and a search. I honestly would do the search
Yeah,
first.
and then, yeah, that's why you can thin the deck and
Thin the deck out, yeah. Generally, in decks where you have search and draw,
then
do
cut.
search first.
Yeah.
and
That's
that-
how it is in pretty much every single
And
card
that goes in every TCG because you want to remove those search objects out first so that you don't draw them.
So yeah, so I have
You want to search the searches and draw the draws.
so I have Archivist Chancellor out. So for admittedly negation, I have
So
a very license for
so
additional.
you'll search out what you want to search out and you'll draw what you want to draw. There.
More likely, yeah. So yeah, I have Archivist Chancellor for creature ability negation, a Berry License in case I need more than that,
Right.
just by chance.
Extra defense.
Yeah, and then so play a library piece. Search.
Do it like that just
Yeah.
for sake of the video.
Search Lative. Shuffle the deck again.
Yeah.
Cut. Oh, I forgot energy.
Yeah, get your energy deck up.
Yeah. So then I'll add 2 to my Drifter,
Uh-huh.
and then pile of 1.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Just because I have the Glimpse.
Right.
So Glimpse cannot give an energy to energy that's attached to Drifter because it's not considered blank.
Yeah.
It's attached to Drifter. So I add
So that's
one.
another question if anyone has any rulings. And blank energy is considered unattached to anything
Yes.
except other energy.
Yeah. So add an energy to my blank one. Draw a card. It is Evum.
Hey, that's
So-
not bad
Yeah.
at
So
all.
Glimpse is done.
Uh-huh.
I do not want to play Evum because I have Lative in hand and he can only use
Yes.
his ability if my opponent, if I have no archive creatures in
He
play
has
already.
he has to be entered onto a drifter with no other archive creatures on it.
Yes. So,
So-
I pass turn, beginning of my opponent's turn.
I'll go to draw phase and try to draw.
They
and then
can't
you'll-
draw though because first turn.
And then you'll
Yeah. For instance,
attempt to play something, and then you'll go.
respond Lative.
Okay, I have to let it go,
So he comes into play and it gives an energy to the Drifter,
and then it's back to your turn
and
again.
it's my turn again.
And now
So I draw another 3,
you draw another
a
three.
library piece,
Jesus.
manuscript, and breaking Helver.
Yes.
And then draw 3 more energy. And then I'll play the library piece.
Yep.
Get another search.
I do it like this just to show.
Yeah. I'll add Magarna.
Very good.
Yeah. And then I'm not going to shuffle right now because I'm just going to put it back, go back in.
Yeah, you're gonna search
So
again.
energy phase.
Mhm.
I'll play a pile of 3.
For you guys playing Archive at home, I would suggest that you try to have like this, but then always try to have have the other things visible underneath,
Yeah.
and not like stack them so much like that. We're just doing this
Yeah.
for the video, but just kind of like that.
So actually I will shuffle because I'm going to be drawing before I play anything. Before I search. Actually, you're right. You're right.
Sure
right,
about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, you're right. I'm just getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I'll go to creature phase, play Magarna.
Uh huh.
I then will play the Evum we drew earlier, which triggers Magarna's ability.
Yep.
So let me search my hand or grave for another archive creature.
So you're in creature phase now, just so you know. Or just for the people watching know.
Yeah. And then I'll get Tala, Barricade of your library.
He's the one that applies summon sickness to anything who is not an archive/drifter creature.
Correct. Okay, so then I'll play him.
So unless you're doing a mirror match, your opponent's not going to be summoning anything, unless they summon it this turn
Yeah.
by some kind of special means.
And they have no energy in play right now because we ended their turn before they could go to energy phase. So then now I will play Breaking Helver, draw a card. Is manuscript of the archive. So I have 2 manuscript in hand and a librarian license in
Remember,
hand.
Breaking Helver's Drifter Negate ability is
Optional.
It says you may.
Yes.
It says
it's
you may
optional.
on the card, so it means it's
So
optional. Yeah.
I'll activate Evum's ability.
Right?
Move the pile of 3 to him. So
There
it
you
is
go.
a pile of 6, a creature with 6.
Yeah. Oh dear God! Please tell me. Oh, you can't draw. Oh man.
I can't draw, no more draw. I was hoping off the Breaking Helver I draw the 3rd archive piece so I could do 2 attacks with 6.
You would have hit for 12. It would have been game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say hit for 6. They're at 4 life now. Pass turn. Let's say, what would you say they do? They draw the 3 cards per turn, 6 cards per turn, 3 from each deck.
They would play their creatures out, and then
They can't attack.
they can't attack. They'd summon what they can.
Try to play
If you try to activate an ability, you can negate it in hand with your license
or with my
or with your drifter.
yes, and then
Yeah.
also
So
during
that-
their turn
So that's 2 creature abilities
negated.
negated.
And then I could.
And both cost life?
One's life, one's energy.
Ah, see that? So you got some variety there.
Yeah, and also my turn I can activate Evan's ability to move a blank pile on my field to him. So now it's an 8.
So if somehow they actually are able to negate Tala, before they negate it, activate Evan, move the pile over,
Yes.
and then have them negate your stack.
Yeah.
And even if they do negate that drifter, they'll still have to swing in with all of that. How much is that? 9?
8.
It's 8. So they still have to knock out the 8 creature.
Yeah. So let's say they've done what they can. They can't really do anything. So pass turn.
Well, what's in your hand?
2 manuscripts of the Archivist
Yeah.
and Librarian License.
So how much?
Manuscript is pay a life point, keep it alive for keep its energy for battle, but they can't attack anyway with Tala.
Say if they negated it though.
Yeah, then I can pay a life point.
You got out of 9.
And then.
And if they decided to run into it, your guy wouldn't lose damage.
Well, the thing is, as soon as I play this before, even if they've already declared an attack, they can call it off with playback roll.
Yeah.
So,
but still,
it's protection.
It's pay a life point to keep your creature safe.
Yeah.
Because they know attacking it would be useless.
So let's say they did that. So they can't do anything else. They pass turn.
Yep.
Draw another 3.
Did you draw the other library?
I drew the 3rd library piece.
Yep. Did you draw Rockney?
No, but I can search it with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I play
The 3rd library piece.
3rd library piece, which lets me get
The libraries are now linked. For the
so if I
archives
had any engrave, I could get those, but I just have one left in deck, and it's Arachne Conscript Crusader.
Creature face?
No,
Yeah, I can.
so I have very few cards left in deck. Whoop.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So energy phase.
With all the search and the draw, you see how quickly the deck gets thinned out.
Yeah. So I'll play Apollo 3.
Yep.
I will move it with Evum.
There you go. No glimpses?
No glimpses.
Okay.
And then I will play. Go to creature phase, play Arachne. So Arachne lets me attack all his creatures once each, and then this will give it an additional attack, which will be direct. I play my other manuscript of the Archivist. So I pay another life.
So
my creature does not lose any energy
you
during
would
battle.
hit all of them for free. Boom, 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 clears board.
And
And then you'd swing direct for how much is this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
See? Now, what's in your hand? Show me what's in your hand.
Sands and Broken Timepiece and 2 Librarian License.
So if they tried to activate some kind of ability, like even a Forerunner,
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
If they try to
Play a Symmetry. I'm at less life.
You can less life. You can bounce it back, and they can't play any more of those this turn.
Yeah.
You could even, let's see. This is you may, for the permanent, arrest the turn ability.
No. Not even. It says if you have less life points than your opponent, that opponent can't play cards of that name for the rest of the turn.
It only works on the opponent.
Yes.
So you could even target one of your archive cards,
Yes.
pick
So,
it up, and
like-
then put it back down.
Yeah, so like say I'm
and
playing.
get another search.
So like say I'm facing another archive deck. I'm at less life than my opponent. I activate this, put one of these back in my hand. They now can't play that name of the archive piece for that turn.
You just stop your. It's better as a mirror match.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So then you can put it back down because you can still play it that turn and get another
Yeah.
search for another archive creature if you
That's
need it.
insane. That's really insane.
Yeah.
Well, great deck, Zach.
Thank you.
It was really awesome. All right, guys. Well, that was the archive profile. We'll have more archive profiles coming up, more deck profiles coming up. Stay tuned and leave any comments for other type of videos you want to see. If you have a deck that you want profiled on this channel, leave it in the comments. Message me on either the Discord or here on YouTube. And honestly, if we get enough deck profiles submitted, we'll just build them and then face each other off against them.
Yeah.
Because that's fun.
Yeah.
So, all right. See you later, guys.